Okay, so I'm going to release a series of much shorter walkthrough video tutorials for the Sync Match app for those of you that are on it and using it, because I think there can be a feeling of maybe being overwhelmed a little bit with the amount of data and the way that you can access this data in a variety of ways. You can filter it and sort it and categorize it in a way that makes sense for you. So I'm going to show you in these brief, much shorter videos specific use cases and specific ways that you can navigate different features of this app to get the data that's meaningful for you. And they'll help you get clarity on which libraries you should pitch to and which music you should be making to make yourself more competitive and more successful in this industry. Okay. This one video, we're only going to talk about the single tab right here, genre/mood. It's the third tab down. This is where you can basically find data on all the tracks that we detected in the previous month from those top 10 US channels that we're monitoring, okay? At the top of the page, when you click on this tab, you'll see the genre list, okay? So these are the genres. Of course, we have 4 pages here for this month, so you can basically go through here and find the genre or genres that are appropriate for you. You can also search for them right here. You just type on here, type in the genre that's useful for you, and we'll show you what's the closest that we could potentially find for you, okay? So what you first can do is click on any one of these to get deeper insights into a specific genre. So this can right off the bat kind of get your head in the game, get your head to understand what's happening in our marketplace in your particular genre of expertise, okay? Let's say you're a bluegrass composer. That's what you're really interested in. That's what you love. Okay. Once you click on that, you're going to first be presented with the top 10 bluegrass tracks that got placed in terms of the number of placements. Okay, so these are individual tracks right here, and what you see on the left is the number of placements that particular track got placed. Okay, so obviously this Spoof Yawn sort of is the champion for the previous month. From what we detected, it got 25 placements. You can see that it was placed on ABC. It's got a neutral mood. When you click on these and listen to them, you'll kind of start to understand what does neutral mean. It's kind of an interesting mood, but it is something that does make sense once you start listening to these. And you can listen to it directly on the Spotify app by this link, or if you want to just listen in your browser, if whatever works for you. I have found that the app link is a couple of seconds faster to load up, so I prefer that, but whatever works for you, go for that. You can also download the MP3 snippet of this particular track getting placed on ABC. So if you're interested in hearing the track as it was used in context with a show or a commercial or a promo or an ad or a trailer, whatever it was used in, you can hear how it was used. That can be really insightful, so you know maybe where your music could be potentially ending up. So that's valuable as well. And of course, at the end, very valuable column is the production music library or publisher that secured that particular track. And these are all hyperlinked direct links to that particular company, so you can do some deeper digging, deeper research if you'd like to. Now, you can go deeper into any one of these tracks if you want to as well. Just click on the track title, okay? What you'll find, similar links that you had before to the library and Spotify links and all that good stuff, but now you can also see which BPM it was composed in, okay, how fast the track was, 110, also which key this particular track was composed in, G major, and whether or not it's vocal or instrumental. If you listen to it, you could probably detect that, but if you want to just get an immediate answer, this gets you that answer. So if you're a bluegrass, or if I were a bluegrass composer and I want to know which libraries do I pitch to and how should I be making my music, this would be my master list, right? These would be my reference tracks. These would be my inspirations. These would tell me how fast I should be making my tracks, maybe what keys I should be composing them in, which instruments I should be including, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and what they should be generally sounding like as I listen to these and kind of A/B comparing them to what I'm making. That's how to use this particular side of this. And you can get some deeper insights. If you want to know which libraries are being the most active in terms of this particular genre or any genre that you compose in, this first graph will tell you exactly where you narrow down your search. So Soundstripe, Woodwork Sound, Extreme Music, and Omni Music, and APM sub-publisher would be maybe the first 4 you go look at and you could do some deeper digging on. Well, I'll have another shorter video showing you how to do that here on the app, but not for this one, okay? So this is immediately going to save you tons of time because there are hundreds of libraries you can pitch to. There are hundreds of companies, whether you have a directory, you do a Google search, you use ChatGPT, which one's the right for you? One way that this app is going to unlock so much potential for you guys, it's going to just wipe out all of that research time, all that uncertainty, because now you know with proven data from these top 10 channels, these are the companies that are getting the most placements in bluegrass. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no guessing. There's no hesitancy as to who's doing the best here. we now know. We've now got a data. We've got a good sample size so we can know who can healthily be doing great for this genre. And the sample size is going to be growing in the coming months. I'm already putting in plans in place to do that. If you want to know which TV show are most bluegrass placements happening, you can see here it's The View, and you can see others as well. So every genre is going to show you which TV shows are basically using that genre the most, can be useful and valuable, insightful. And of course, which channels have been using bluegrass or whatever genre you want to get deeper insights. You get that as well, okay? So that's the genre section of this tab. Now, all you got to do is just scroll down, and now you see something similar, but a little different. This is now where we break down all of that data by mood. So each one of these are the individual distinct moods that we've been able to categorize the thousands and thousands of placements that we detected for the last month. So if you make tension music, you would definitely want to click on this tense tab right here, this tense icon, okay? These are going to be the top placed tracks. Again, you can go through all of the tracks that got placed, but we're basically sorting them and categorizing them and listing them in order of how popular they were, how many placements they got, okay? So this Blackened Throne cue, 23 placements. It's an orchestral cue. CBS was where it was used. Again, listen to it, download the snippet so you can hear how it was used and know and understand that Brand X was where you got this track. Same data and same insights you got from all the other genre insights, which BPM, which key it was composed in, all that good stuff, vocal or instrumental, you got all that right here. Really valuable stuff, okay? And so these are basically going to be, again, tracks that you use as your reference guides, your understanding of what's getting placed, the quality level you're going to need to be shooting for, how long are these tracks, which you can get by clicking on any one of these, how they are structured. You'll get that by listening to it and opening up the Spotify links. So you've got all that at your fingertips now. So that's basically going to give you the keys and the blueprint and the path to know where you should be, how you should be composing your music to be competitive in this current marketplace. So that's really valuable. Just like everything else we showed you with our genres, you're going to get the same for the moods, okay? So these are the most active libraries. This kind of narrows down your search as well as to where you want to potentially start looking into pitching your music and doing some deeper research. Which TV shows are using tension music the most? As you can see, it gets used a lot. Tension music is a very, very popular style of music. It's a really good direction to go in if you can make some high quality music. And as you can see from what we're detecting from our top 10 channels, the Food Network, believe it or not, you might not think that that's where it's being used the most, but a lot of reality TV shows, a lot of tension on the edge of your seat of, are they going to finish that cake or that cupcake in time? Tension reality competition shows, that's where tension music basically used a lot. So that's really, really valuable stuff. And this goes for all of these genres. So if you make comedic, quirky, kind of funny sounding cues, quirky is where you'd want to go spend some time digging into these tracks, this data. Maybe you make dark. I had one member that wasn't sure if we had any dark music that we were detecting. Lots of dark music, 7 pages worth of all the tracks that are getting detected for dark, kind of scary sounding music. And speaking of scary music, you can also go to I think we have, scary. So I know some of you guys do horror music and you do kind of music maybe for like Halloween shows or Halloween, movies, that kind of a thing. Here you go. These are going to be the top placed tracks that are in the scary department and which genre, which labels are using them, which placements or which TV shows are using them the most, and which channels. Believe it or not, HGTV is using really scary stuff. I guess some really bad home makeover scenes are using a lot of scary music. So what's really valuable about these two is it's really an eye-opener in terms of what gets placed, where it gets placed, which libraries are placing it. But to me, the biggest use case for this is the time it saves you on research. You don't have to dig through hundreds and hundreds of websites and hundreds of companies. You can do a very, very quick, down and dirty 5-minute research to find out which libraries are supplying your particular genre or your mood, depending on how you want to look into your particular style of music, and find out immediately which music is getting placed so you can start tailoring your music towards that, and which companies are getting the most placements. So you know who you should be keeping your eye on and preparing maybe a package of 5, 10, maybe even more tracks for in the future. So it solves so many uncertainties, so many, blackout spots in our brain and not sure, and, these sort of big mysteries that we have in our mind of, which company should I pitch to and will they actually get my tracks placed? Of course, we can't guarantee you that with this data. These are independent contractors. These are independent companies that can place music or not place music based on the industry needs, based on the quality of your music, et cetera, et cetera. There's all those variables, really, some of it's in your control, but some of it's out of our control. But there's never been a clearer path towards making your music competitive and understanding where you should be pitching your music. I don't think anything like this has ever existed before. And this data is only going to become more robust in the coming months. As I said before, I'm working on adding more data sets and more channels and more placement detections to our data sets so we can get more and more robust in knowing exactly what's going on in our industry. So that's what I got for you guys today. If there's anything I didn't cover, something about this particular tab or even the app in general, please do comment below. I love hearing your guys' comments, your feedback, your suggestions, something that you think should be added. I'm loving hearing those. That's basically what's been driving, making this app much more useful and valuable for all the members that have been signing up. And yes, as of the recording of today and release of today's video, it's still in early access phase, not publicly available. You can get it, but you got to be a part of Sync Academy, Sync Edge, Pro Feedback. The links will be below if you want to join us and learn more about using this app and getting signed up for our founding members rate. It's still starting off at just $9.99 a month for the basic member rate to get access to all of this. You get access to all this data that I showed you guys today, plus much more. And I'll show you much more of that data in these shorter videos coming soon.